गुड मॉर्निंग एवरीवन। तो आज हम स्टार्ट करेंगे प्रिंसिपल ऑफ जेनेटिक्स चैप्टर। तो इस चैप्टर में नीट में 3 से 4 क्वेश्चंस पूछे जाएंगे। ओके, तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, व्हाट इज जेनेटिक्स? So genetics is a principle and mechanism of heredity and variation. Okay, so we all know children's offspring, they are differ from parents, right? And the thing which makes them differ, that is genes or DNA, right? The study of that genes and that DNA is known as genetics. So principle and mechanism of inheritance and heredity. Inheritance and you can say variation. Okay, so this is normal definition of genetics. So what is inheritance and what is variation? So we all know inheritance, it is a acquired character which transferred from parents to offspring. Okay, it is inherit character, right? And this character is transferred from one generation to different generation. Okay, and what is variation? Variation is a degree by which progeny differs from their parents. Okay, so variation is a degree by which progeny differs from their parent. Okay, and this variation, I think you know, this variation is due to cell division. Okay, the meiosis process and the crossing over takes place in meiosis process, right? And that crossing over and recombination helps in variation. So it is a degree by which progeny differs from parents. Okay, so first, this genetics, so it was studied by Mendel. So Mendel known as father of genetics. Okay, Mendel is known as father of genetics. Why? Because he first studied on pea plant. Okay, and he concluded that something is transferred. Okay, and something is there which is inherited from one pea plant to parent pea plant. Okay, so he choose Pisum sativum. So this is important for you. You have to remember experimental model of Mendel experiment, that was Pisum sativum. Okay, it is a biological name of garden pea. Okay, so why he choose this pea? So why he didn't choose any other plant? Because pea have some distinct features, right? So we will see what are the special features present in pea plant. So first is pea plant, they undergo self-replication, not self-replication, self-pollination. Okay, so they undergo self-pollination. Means the self-pollination character is already present in pea plant. So ये self-pollination अपने आप pea plant में हो जाता है. Okay, so this is the first characteristic feature of pea plant. Second feature is, so their lifespan is very short. Okay, they have short lifespan. What is the use of this short lifespan? So we have short lifespan. So Mendel, he is able to study all the characters, not all the characters, different type of characters in short period of time. Okay, so he studied different characters at a short period of time, right? So characters like stem height, okay, flower color, flower position. You will see different kinds of P characters which was studied by Mendel. Next feature of P plant is, so they shows contrasting characters. They shows contrasting characters or trait. Okay, so contrasting characters includes stem height, okay, flower color, flower position, pod shape, pod color, right? So these are contrasting characters, okay, which is present in seed. Next feature of pea plant is so next feature, they first one, they undergo self pollination easily. They have short lifespan and they show contrasting characters, okay, and it is easy to cultivate pea plant, okay. Okay, so next feature is, it is easy to cross pollinate pea plant, okay, flower of pea plant. So what are the methods here Mendel used to cross pollinate the pea plant? Okay, we will discuss that matter. So Mendel here he used the emasculation process, okay, for cross pollination pea plant. He used emasculation process. So what is emasculation process? So emasculation is removal of either male part of plant, that is anther, or female part of plant from flower, okay, that is style, stigma and ovary, okay, right. So either male plant is removed from flower or female plant is removed from flower. That process is known as emasculation, okay. So why there is need for cross pollination, okay, why there is need for cross pollination? So to check characteristic feature, okay, in next generation we need cross pollination, because self pollination will lead to same kind of progeny, right. Self pollination will lead to same kind of progeny. So here there is need for cross pollination, okay, cross pollination. So this four are the special feature of pea plant, right. So that's why Mendel chose pea plant for this experiment. So here they undergo self pollination. So which part of flower and which part of flower pollination takes place? Sorry, in which part of plant pollination takes place? So in flower. In flower pollination takes place. We all know. Okay. Okay. So next we will see what are the different types of characters we choose from pea plant. First character is flower color, okay, then flower shape, sorry, not shape, flower position. Flower position, right, seed shape, seed color. Okay, next, pod shape, pod color. Okay, next, stem height. So these were the 7 characters chosen by Mendel. Okay, so these are the characters present in pea plant. So you all know every character has different type of features, right. So for example, stem height, right. So stem height, they can be short or tall. So these two are the characters of stem height, right. So similar in humans, so humans can be tall or short. So tall is dominant character. Okay, tall is dominant character and short is recessive character. Okay, so in every condition, tall is dominant character and short is recessive character, right? And these characters, they are controlled by alleles, right? So here is stem height, they are controlled by allele T. Okay, so allele T control stem height. So if there is two capital T allele present in pea plant, so that will give tall pea plant. Okay, tall size pea plant, right? And if there is small t and small t is there, okay, if small t allele अगर है कोई भी प्लांट में तो वो शॉर्ट पी प्लांट देगा, तो पी प्लांट की हाइट शॉर्ट होगी. ओके, so flower color, different flower color is there. Two types of flower color is there in pea plant. One is dominant, one is recessive. Flower position, it can be axial and terminal. So axial means flower is present on top of the plant, right? So that character is that position is dominant, and terminal position is recessive. Okay, seed shape, round or wrinkled, right? Wrinkled is recessive character and round is dominant character, right? So same seed color, yellow, green. Okay, pod shape, constricted, inflated. Pod color, okay, green and yellow, right? So you have to remember this 7 color, right? And one more thing here. So these alleles, they always occur in pairs, right? So this is pair, right? This is pair. So alleles always occur in pairs, and when two similar kind of allele is present, this is allele 1, this is allele 2, right? So when two similar kind of allele is present, this condition is known as homozygous condition. Homozygous condition, either this condition or this small t condition. Okay, if two different alleles is present, right? If there is capital T and small t, two different alleles is present, so this condition is heterozygous condition. Remember this, heterozygous. Hetero means different and zygous means allele or zygote. Okay, heterozygous condition, right? And this will give tall, right? And this will also give tall. So this homozygous condition will give tall pea plant, but this homozygous condition will give dwarf or short pea plant, right? And this heterozygous condition will give tall pea plant. Okay, so after this characters of pea plant के पढ़ने के बाद, next we will start so after characters of pea plant, next we will see what are the crosses done by Mendel. The first cross done by Mendel is monohybrid cross. So you all know what is mono. Mono means single. Okay, hybridization means fertilization. Okay, so when there is involvement of only one character, जब एक character किसी भी cross में involve हो, that cross is monohybrid cross. So here Mendel choose in monohybrid cross stem height. Okay, and we all know stem height, they are controlled by two alleles. Okay, when it is tall, it is controlled by capital T means tall, and small t dwarf. Okay, so he choose these two characters, tall pea plant and short pea plant, and he hybridized this character, right? And he observed different type of phenotypes in generations, right? Generation 1, generation 2. Okay, so we'll see how he crossed this stem height, right? So he choose male plant with tall stem height and female plant with short stem height. Okay, so these are the alleles when they will produce gamete. Right? So this capital T will produce two types of gametes, but these two types will be similar. Okay, so they will produce two types of gametes, capital T and capital T. So just in case of human, right, male in male XY chromosome is present, right? So when there is formation of gamete, spermatogenesis process, one X chromosome is present in one spermatid and one Y chromosome is present in another spermatid. Means there is segregation of chromosome, right? X and Y chromosome is segregated, right? So in similar way here the gametes, the alleles, right, they are segregated during gamete formation. So this is one law of Mendel. Okay, here these two, they will produce small t gametes. Okay, but these two gametes are similar, so we'll take only one gamete into consideration, right? Because these two are similar kind of gametes, small t and capital T. So here Mendel, उन्होंने एक ही टाइप का गैमेट लिया, कैपिटल टी और स्मॉल टी. So after gamete formation, okay, so they hybridize this type of gametes, right? And in F1 generation, F1 is filial one generation, okay, and this type of pollination, the first cross in monohybrid cross is known as cross pollination, and this cross pollination is by artificial method, and that method was emasculation. Okay, so in F1 generation, after cross between these two gametes, capital T and small t is produced, right? So capital T small t, ये तो heterozygous condition है. Okay, heterozygous means one allele is capital and one allele is small. Okay, so if F1 generation, what he did, he self-pollinate this pea plant. Okay, so what is self-pollination? So when similar kind of alleles are pollinated, और when जब similar kind of allele है और character है, उसी character से हम first character को जब fertilize करेंगे तो वो हो गया selfing condition और self pollination. So this condition in F1 generation is known as self pollination or selfing. Okay, right? So after selfing, so this parent capital T and small t, they will produce again two type of gametes. One gamete will be capital T, one gamete will be small t. Okay, here again capital T and small t, right? Okay, but here we will take both gametes because both the gametes are different. One is capital T and one is small t, right? So after selfing, when they are producing their gametes, what we'll do? We'll make Punnett square, okay, to check the phenotypic ratio and genotypic ratio in F2 generation. Okay, so F1 के बाद F2 generation आएगा, तो F2 generation में कितने प्लांट टॉल होंगे, कितने प्लांट डॉर्फ होंगे, उसको चेक करने के लिए हम लोग will make Punnett square. So one gamete, so gametes of parent, gamete of one parent on x-axis, gamete of another parent on y-axis. Okay, so their gametes here and their gametes here, right? So first progeny will be homozygous tall or heterozygous tall? Homozygous tall. Second progeny heterozygous tall. Third progeny heterozygous tall, and last one will be homozygous dwarf, right? So here we will see two type of ratio. Okay, so पहला ratio हम देखेंगे phenotypic ratio. So what is phenotype? And second ratio देखेंगे हम लोग genotypic ratio. Okay, so phenotypic ratio क्या है? So it is the ratio, right, or it is the character which we see from outside, right? So for example, how many are tall and how many are dwarf, right? So this tall character and short character is phenotypic character, and this character, they are governed or controlled by genes or alleles, right? That is known as genotypic ratio, right? Genotypic ratio, genes are involved. Phenotypic ratio, the external feature of any plant or any organism. So here phenotypic ratio will be, so here 3 is tall, okay, 3 progenies are tall in F2 generation, this is F2 generation, okay, F2 generation. So here 3 is tall and 1 is small. So So phenotypic ratio in monohybrid cross is 3:1. Okay, and genotypic ratio. So these three tall plant, they are governed by different type of genes, right? They are controlled by these three tall individual. Their character is controlled by different alleles. So here homozygous tall and these two are heterozygous tall. So one is homozygous tall, two is heterozygous tall, and one is short. So these two are the ratios in monohybrid cross, 3:1 and 1:2:1.